All right, we got a special guest back here in the studio today, the GWOAT, Claressa Shields. Always great to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Of course.
And you got a big fight, July 26th against Lani Daniels at Little Caesars Arena. Back in Detroit, got the Lions jersey on. Love that. Just how are you feeling right now, mentally, physically, and how's the training been so far as you are almost a month out from this fight?
Listen, I always feel good to announce a fight. This is what I love to do, to go and get 2 more belts. I'm already 17-time world champion, so winning these 2 fights, I'll be 19-time world champion. It's more belts on the line. We have another opponent who's bringing her whole country behind her. Lani is short, but she's mighty, so I look forward to fighting her, and then just to be, gracing Little Caesars Arena again. We're expected to have 19,000 in the house. So I know my last fight there I did 12,000, but this fight we're expecting 19, and I'm just excited to be able to do what I love to do.
Well, and you're coming off a fight against someone in Danielle Perkins who no one wanted to fight, right? And I guess where does Lani kind of fall in the challenges that you've faced so far in your boxing career?
Listen, Lani is a world champion. She's actually more accomplished than Danielle Perkins, but Danielle Perkins is just bigger and more avoided than everybody else. I think that if Danielle Perkins was to fight against Lani, she would give her hell too. So I'm just looking forward to, she's bringing in strength and grit. The country of New Zealand behind her. She told me yesterday she's gonna knock me out in the 9th round or something like that, which I was very shocked to hear. But hey, we all get the dream, don't we? So I'm just excited to just get in there with her and just display my skills. Listen, anybody who thinks that another woman boxer can beat me, they just all need to just wake up. Just need to come to the fight and enjoy the show. Like, it's going to be, if Lani she trains hard, she's tough, she can try to make it competitive. But I'm just very, very skilled, and I'm really great at what I do. And I'm going to try to knock Lani Daniels out like I did Danielle Perkins.
Well, and you brought it up too. There was a little bit of chatter going on at the press conference at LCA. I know you took a bit of exception to some things that her coach said.
Yeah, you out of line.
Do you kind of like that, having someone giving you a little bit of extra fire going into that fight?
Absolutely. Somebody got to do it. Everybody isn't Team GWOAT. He's supposed to be Team Lani. I just really hope that he's fixing her mistakes and he's not too focused on whatever my mistakes is that he sees. He keeps talking about all the mistakes that I make. He's like, listen, I'm a very, very skilled fighter, and whatever mistakes you saw me make last fight, I won't make this fight. Guaranteed. So I'm just ready for him to go and get her prepared, and I go home and I prepare, and then we meet up back up in Detroit and we have a good old Detroit brawl.
Well, and another thing that he was talking about in the press conference too, stylistically, was Muay Thai was something that he brought up a lot. And for those who don't know, Muay Thai is also a very big component of MMA, which you also have professional experience with. How are you are you going to lean on that, I guess, and how comfortable rather are you with dealing with that sort of style? Well,
I've trained that up in MMA, and I would say that this is boxing, not Muay Thai, but it helped me understand, this is why listening is very important. It helped me understand why she was boxing the way that she boxed. I'm looking like she's very unorthodox. Why is she throwing these combinations? And I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, she can't just be this awkward unless maybe she's left-handed and she fights orthodox or something like that. But I just kept watching her, and then when he said Muay Thai, I said, okay, now it all makes sense. He actually gave me some insight to their game plan. But he also said she's not going to box me, she's going to brawl with me, which that'd be great too, because I'm gonna catch her in the middle of us exchanging and then put her out instead of having to go chase her. So it's gonna be a fun night either way it go. But I'm hoping that she's tough. I hope that she's tougher than what I've seen, because the girls that she's fought against, I would knock them out too.
And she's a lot smaller than Danielle, who you
Everybody's
dominated
smaller
in
than
your
Danielle.
last. Exactly. But how does that change your game plan now going into this fight, and what does she now have to prepare to deal with you, who's going to have the advantage over her in that regard?
Listen, Danielle Perkins was 6'1", right? And I'm 5'9". my opponent is only an inch shorter than me. I'm taller than a lot of these girls, but she's only an inch shorter. She's bigger than me. If you look at her, she had a whole bunch of her body covered up, but it looked like I'm more cut than what she is. But she looked like she got more weight on her. But listen, it's nothing unfair about it. If it wasn't unfair for me to fight against Danielle Perkins, who was 6'1", it's definitely fair for me to fight against Lani, who's only an inch shorter than me. So, I mean, you know, styles, I mean, height doesn't win fights. If that's the case, I would have lost to Danielle Perkins and to Savannah Marshall and to Christina Hammer. And haven't fought any other girls who were taller than me. It's been a few, but I still win. So I still think that Lani is going to be in the fight. And listen, it's not that I'm bigger or stronger. She may be stronger than me. We don't know. We don't know. We're going to find out July 26th.
We are. And another thing that outside of the competition in the ring, you had the downtown boxing gym at the press conference as well. You had all those young kids, young athletes who look up to you, and you're a role model for them. What does it mean to you to have that sort of responsibility and also give them the experience of being able to go to one of your fights too?
Listen, since I've been a kid and a teenager, kids have always gravitated toward me. I'm always shocked that I don't have my own kids yet, because kids love me so much, and I actually like kids, you know. So it is no shocker that all those kids, you know, look up to me, just like the kids here up in Flint, Michigan, that I've done all my community work with. They all look up to me too. They're going to have free tickets too. So you know, to have that and just to continue to be a role model, it just kind of, it doesn't put any extra pressure on me, because I want to be a good person. I want to be a better person. I don't plan on going to jail, so I don't have to worry about that. And I want to lead and give a good example. So I think with that, it's just, I'm just going to continue to be great and give them faith. And when they see me fight in person, I want them to always remember, we come from a similar place. We come from a similar background. So just as great as I am, you guys can be just as great or even greater. So that's kind of why I'm like, I want them to come and experience it in person. And there's so many little girls that want to box because of me now, and I definitely want them to be inspired and motivated. So I'm just happy all the way around.
And speaking of greatness, you have pretty much accomplished everything there is to in this sport. And you talked about at the press conference wanting to be the greatest athlete ever. You know, would you say at this point that's your biggest motivation? And how does this fight kind of add to your legacy, I guess?
Yeah, my biggest motivation is being the greatest female athlete in the world. And what keeps me motivated? Yeah, it's the fighting part of it too, but also too just, it's so many goals that I want to reach. Like I want like huge endorsement deals, sponsorships and stuff like that. So I'm working toward that still. And you know, I just want to be able to be, like, I'm a household name, but it's like, you know, I want to be like on a Beyonce level of sports. So I think I'm getting very, very close. You know, Beyonce ever wanted to walk me out, that would definitely help. But hey, we would definitely take our time and, you know, stick with Rick Ross for right now. But I just, I'm just motivated all the way around. Like I want to break records. You know, my record right now is 16-0. I want to be 25-0. You know, that'll beat Layla Ali's record, because she's 24-0. And then I'll go for 50 after that and beat Floyd Mayweather's record, who's 50-0. So I got some goals that I still have to accomplish that requires me to be inside the ring and fight.
Well, you brought up Rick Ross. I got to ask, how did that all come together, and how excited are you just to have him walking you out at LCA?
Well, Rick Ross was already a fan of my boxing, but then it was also like another parallel universe, because Papoose is really close with him too. So when the idea came about, I'm like, all we can do is ask, you know. And then when we asked, he said yes. So that's how that came about. And he wanted to do it. And he's very excited. I'm very excited. And you know, you never know. You may see Rick Ross doing some training up in the lead up to the fight, because he want to walk out and he want to look just as strong as me when he wrapped me out.
I've been seeing a couple videos of him. I've seen it before on Instagram of him hitting the bag sometimes. You should maybe give him a couple pointers, yeah? I'm
going to get them together. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get them together. I be padding up Pap too. So yeah, I'm pretty good at holding the pads and getting everybody's form right. I'm a pretty good teacher in boxing.
Well, hey, maybe coaching after the career, is that something that you've considered?
I would love to coach, but that is so far beyond, because I'm trying to go to 2028 Olympics too.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I've been in talks with a team, USA Boxing, and they're very intrigued by it. I got 2 Olympic gold medals, the last person to win an Olympic gold medal for boxing in America. So you never know. You might see me in 2028. Then you'll see me training kids, maybe when I'm like 40.
Okay, all right. 2028 Olympics, keep an eye out. But before I let you go, you said there's about 7,000 tickets already sold before the press conference.
Yep.
What does it mean to, one, see this sort of support that your home state has for you? And, of course, why should people come out on July 26th?
Listen, it means a lot. People have always tried to put this stigma on me, especially like, oh, she don't sell tickets and nobody comes to her boxing matches. Last fight at LCA, we did 12,000 seats. We just sold out Flint, Michigan when I was here February 2nd. And then the time before that, I had 11,000 people come to LCA the first time I fought there. So third time's the charm. We are expected to have 19,000 in the building come July 26th. And I just want to see it with my own eyes, you know. And I think that is very possible. And the way that tickets are going, people are very, you know, happy that I'm fighting more than one time a year. You know, this is my second fight, and I'm trying to get in one more fight before the end of the year. But that fight will not be in Detroit. So this fight here, July 26th, is in Detroit. After that, it won't be. So get your tickets on Ticketmaster. You know, to all my family, my friends, you guys know your discount code. It's very, very simple. Or, you know, just hit my DM and I'll give it to you. You only get 10% off. It's not a big discount, but hey, it's for family and friends. And yeah, just get your tickets and come, because the tickets will be sold out, and I'm not holding none in my back pocket this time.
There you have it. Better move on them fast. July 26th, Claressa Shields fighting Lani Daniels. First undisputed heavyweight title defense for you. Thank you so much for stopping by again. Always great to see you.
Of course. Thank you for having me.